Roya Nikkah is with us now. She's a royal correspondent for the Sunday Times. Roya, good morning. We're going to get to more of those funeral plans in just a minute, but it was interesting to know that the Queen was resuming some of her public duties. And I was wondering if we expect to hear from the Queen, either after the service or before.
Well, that's right. I mean, talk about dedication to duty. Just 4 days after she lost her husband, she was doing this retirement service yesterday, hosting her former Lord Chamberlain. And it's. I think we can possibly expect to hear something from the Queen within the next week or so. There's been a little bit of speculation about a potential broadcast address. We know that when her mother, Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, died, she did give that address to the nation on the eve of her funeral, but that still hasn't been confirmed by the palace. But I think the fact that the Queen was, honouring her former Lord Chamberlain, the man who would have overseen this funeral, there's now a very new appointment in that role, shows that even though she is still in official royal mourning at the moment, she doesn't want to let people who've been, very important in terms of the running of the monarchy, she doesn't want to let them down.
Let's talk about what you're expecting this weekend. This is not going to be a big state funeral, and because of the pandemic, only 30 people will be in person inside the chapel as Prince Philip is laid to rest. In a sense, though, from all accounts, Prince Philip wouldn't have wanted a big fuss. How do you expect the royals to mourn his passing?
Well, that's right. Of course, had we not been in the thick of a pandemic, his funeral would have been attended by 800 guests. But even that, as far as the Duke was concerned, I think probably would have been he would have deemed it over the top. I think I've been told by people very close to him, he would have been looking down now and going, actually, this very small, intimate funeral is exactly what he wanted. I think we can expect the family, very close family members and a couple of his key aides, like his private secretary, who we know will be inside the church with the Queen, to rally around the Queen. We will, whatever has been going on in the last few weeks and months, and we know it has been extremely dramatic for the royal family, we can expect to see the royal family put on a very united front for what is probably going to be one of the most difficult days of the Queen's life.
Yeah, what brings us, of course, to Prince Harry. He is there. He's in England. There have been some reports that he and Prince William have spoken, maybe by phone, because of all of the COVID restrictions. What more do you know about that? And do you think that there is an opportunity to do some healing here?
Look, that relationship, as so many of us have written about and talked about, is very strained at the moment. We do know that Harry is isolating at Frogmore Cottage. He isn't able to see other members of the family until, all being well, Saturday morning if he clears a COVID test. Look, royal aides are certainly saying that they're not going to speculate on who's been speaking to who, but I think, this is a family in mourning. I think you can expect that, the brothers, father, sons will have probably been speaking. Of course, it is an exceptional time.
Yeah, all right. Roya, thank you very much. And a programming note, NBC News will bring you live coverage of Saturday's funeral services for Prince Philip. Hoda and I will be with you. We'll start at 9:30 Eastern Time on many of these NBC stations.
All right.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.